Welcome to Forgotten Video Store, the podcast whose title I'm going to have to bleep for the time being because of ongoing litigation with the rental store in North Hollywood with the same name. I'm Devin, I'm your host. I might as well bleep that too. On this show, I talk about movies that aren't available to stream anywhere and movies that the listener has never seen. And my guest this time is a writer, producer, actor, one of those dreaded multi-hyphenates. We got Devin Dawes!
I also make sounds as well. So
that's a quadruple threat.
Exactly.
Devin, we've known each other a long time. Years ago, we worked on a movie together called Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Yes, we did.
That was a fun time.
That was, what's crazy about that,
What?
David Murto? That was 10 years ago.
10 years? Full decade?
It's been a full, right? 2015.
I think it came out
9
2016.
years. It was
Yeah.
9. No, wait. That was 10 years ago that you and I met, though.
You're right, when we started working
When
on
we
it.
started
Yeah.
working.
Oh, wow.
And the movie came out a year after that, 9 years
Wow.
ago. So we're a full decade in, buddy. Yeah.
That's a big chunk of life.
I just also want the audience to understand, too, that your Instagram used to be a fan page of me.
Oh, yeah, that's
Photos
true.
of me, and
You can scroll way, way back in my Instagram. Devin was not on Instagram, and I'm like, we got to get this guy out
Yeah.
there. So I every day would post multiple pictures of
Yes,
Devin. It was
yeah.
a fan account. That's a good way to put it. Devin, what kind of shit do you get up to?
Wow, what kind of shit? I mean, here's the thing. I'm a dad with a 2-year-old at home.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Benny, the most handsome 2-year-old.
He's very handsome. Handsome boy. Gets most of it from his mom. I get up to a lot of playgrounds and parks and museums.
Yeah.
And library time. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic there. I listen to some of the most hip, up-to-date music of our times. Blippy, Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of that, and then I try to do some stuff for myself. Stretch.
Yeah, stretch. Take a nap.
Take a nap if I can.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm there too. My son's a year and a half, so
you know exactly
similar
what
situation.
it's like. Exactly.
So this is like a movie podcast. Like, hit me with like, what kind of movies are you into?
Genre-wise, I'm talking horror. I'm talking action comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 90s kid. You're a 90s
Yeah.
kid. Horror, action, comedy, and just comedy are like my genres. Those are my go-tos. I'm talking Rush Hour. I'm talking Scream. I'm talking
love Scream.
Speed is like one of maybe a perfect movie.
I'm on Speed right now.
You're on Speed right now.
Yeah.
I did see you hit some speed earlier. So
Thanks, dude.
but those are my like go-to genres, and I love when they all blend together too.
Yeah, give me a mishmash.
Give me that mishmash.
Yeah. So today you were nice enough to come to North Hollywood to visit the Forgotten Video Store with me.
I love it here.
And you picked out a movie called McTiernan from 2014.
Yep.
Directed by Rennie Harlan.
Yep.
And starring Stephen Root as the real-life movie director, John McTiernan.
Yep.
So why'd you pick this one out?
Well, like I said, I love action films
Yeah.
from the 90s and the 80s. McTiernan, obviously, king of the world in that.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Late
He was
80s, early
hitting.
90s. Oh, man. I mean, John McTiernan was king of the town back then. But I chose this movie for just because of like, wow, what a fun nostalgia filled film.
Yeah.
And
I was like, it looks like it's a biopic, right?
yeah.
Stephen Root, good casting. He's always great.
He's
you know,
amazing.
it's a lot of Coen Brothers stuff.
Yep. Office Space, as we all know.
Oh, yeah.
Barry recently won an Emmy for Barry.
Oh, yeah, he's so good in that one.
He's incredible. By the way, Stephen Root is in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Yeah,
as
probably
well.
his most famous role.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Should have gotten an Oscar for that one. He's the best.
Yeah, he plays Zac Efron's dad, right?
Yes. It's really, really great. And you know what? He freaks out in that movie just perfectly. Just the perfect level of freak out. Anyways, he's perfect as John McTiernan, the legendary action director in this movie, and he just brings him to life, and he brings a madness to at certain points once we get further into it that is just incredible.
Yeah, let's get into it. But the first you see him bringing a level of depression to it, because we meet him, he's at his lowest of lows.
100%, yes.
And he comes in, and it reminded me of, remember in Shawshank Redemption, where Morgan Freeman has to go in front of like the parole board or whatever?
Yep.
So Stephen Root comes out, he's John McTiernan.
Yep.
And you actually get most of the exposition you need in this sequence, because he's like in front of the parole board, and they're like really giving him a time. It's like, you had everything. You were on top of the world.
Yep.
You directed Predator, The Hunt for Red October, and Die Hard all in a row.
Yep.
But you hired it does get very expositional. You hired a private.
It's a really long scene. It's about a 10-minute intro, but it's incredible. It's
and
so
you
good.
find out he hired a private detective to wiretap like his ex-wife and his producing partner and stuff.
Yeah.
And he got convicted of is lying to the FBI agent, and
that's what he actually got convicted on,
and
right?
Perjury,
yes.
Yeah, sentenced to, and all of this is true. So I'm like, okay, this movie's like a very fact-based.
This is why I chose this movie, because being such a big fan of him and knowing that this guy actually did all this stuff and then they made a movie about it.
Yeah. Which came out the same year he was released from prison. Did you know that?
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
2014, right?
They locked him up in April of 2013. He got out in February of 2014.
That's crazy.
And they made the movie that year. Yeah, so they do, like, the board is like, you've shown no remorse or whatever, but we have to let you out because you served your time or whatever.
Right,
so they're giving him a hard time.
Yep.
And he's, like, depressed and he's hitting the bottle and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're
so I think he's in bankruptcy, right?
Yeah,
like he lost all his money.
Everything.
Yeah.
His wife left him.
Everything.
He has nothing. All his friends turned his back. But before he got put away, he directed the biggest comeback movie
of all time.
Yeah.
Some say.
Right. So, and it's shot, it's edited, and he's like, once I get this movie released, I'll be back on top.
Yep.
So he drives down to Century City to the Fox lot. They don't even let him in the gate.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like one of those classic where it's like banned list of people with their headshots
like,
there.
He's
like right there.
in.
Yeah, like not and they, I mean, everyone knows who John McTiernan is, that works in Hollywood. You know exactly what he looks like. So so these security guards, they just they say no, and he's like, what? He can't understand, like he can't fathom. Like he knows he's like a little bit of a black sheep at this point.
Right.
And he's down on his luck, but they won't let him in.
He has Jim Giannopoulos' cell phone number, and he calls him from the gate. He's like, he's like mad at the security guard. He's like, I've worked with this studio for years. Like, you gotta, whatever. It's like, I'm calling your boss.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get in trouble. This kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he calls Jim G, and Jim G's like, McTiernan, you're out. And he's like, but what about the movie? It's the best thing I've ever directed. It's the best action movie in years.
Yeah.
And Jim G's like, that movie is gonna stay on the shelf until you and I are bones.
What's so great about that sequence is it all does take place over a phone call, and it's split screen.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun because McTiernan is sitting in his car at the security gate, and there's a line of cars just backing up behind him, and you just hear honking the whole time.
My call time was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's just pure insanity, but it's played so dead seriously, and it's so good. But yeah, he tells him, hey, you're out. Mm-hmm. And McTiernan can't understand why. He's got they're literally sitting on gold with this film.
Right.
So he is just like now his wheel, like his brain is like.
So they
like
they show him do like a 8-point turn to turn around
to get out,
and like leave the lot.
Yeah.
And so he's at the lowest of lows, and I'm thinking like, okay, this is a biopic of a great director, and it started with him getting released from. Is it gonna flash back and show his early years or something like that? No, that never happens.
Nope.
And the very next scene we're into is an effects-laden showcase where we kind of see the home life of the Predator from the movie Predator, who apparently lives with and is in a sexual relationship with the titular alien from Alien.
Yeah.
Sometimes called the xenomorph.
Yeah. You for a split second when the movie cuts to that, you were like, wait, did I drop acid
right
before watching this movie?
Because what's
happening?
It was like in the days when you accidentally recorded over your favorite VHS tape.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm watching a movie about a Hollywood, but it is like, but he directed Predator, so
right.
It kind of thematic or like topically makes sense.
But it's also like, wait, the Predator and Alien also are just they're just
they're real. I guess.
Yeah, so they're just real in this world, which
Right.
is it hits you. It definitely is a bit of a shock. Like you're definitely a little like, wait, what the hell am I watching?
But it's in the first few minutes of the movie, so you're just like, I guess I'm just getting used to
I gotta let
this
it ride.
world.
Yeah, I gotta figure it out.
You thought McTiernan was depressed. This Predator, he's having a hard go of it because he's trying to have a romantic evening with the alien. Yep. And the alien keeps on getting phone calls. Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, a third one.
Yeah, Variety.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so they can't even talk. And Predator starts sulking, and Alien's like, what's wrong? And Predator's like, I used to be a hit too.
Yep.
And you're on top of the world, and now I'm a nobody.
Yep.
And you got to remember, this is 2014.
This was right around Prometheus time, I think.
Right, Prometheus.
Right? Yeah.
So, and Alien's like, hey, buddy, you got to do what I did.
Yeah.
I brought back Ridley Scott, who made the first Alien. Why don't you bring back whoever the hell made your first Predator movie, and you'll be back on top of the world? And Predator's played by Doug Jones, who who's like the master of like creature. He's like a modern day Lon Chaney. He always plays like monsters and stuff. This is Doug Jones as the Predator, and he's like, that was my best friend John McTiernan, but he's on the outs with Hollywood, and Alien's like, I don't give a shit. You gotta track him down. You gotta hook up with John McTiernan and have him make you another movie. And so Predator's like, okay, I'll make a date with him.
Yep.
I'll call him up. I'll get together with him. But before that, we check in with another character, and it's John McClane.
Yeah.
Who we'll remember from the Die Hard movies.
Of course.
But they couldn't book Bruce Willis, so it's... What's that actor's name?
Michael Chiklis, I believe is who you're
That's
thinking
right.
of.
Michael from the... Was it The Shield?
I think it was The Shield.
He was the Thing in the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies.
That's right. You're right. Yeah. Okay. So it's one of those things where you're like, I wish they got Bruce Willis. I wish they kind of forked up the money, but they didn't.
Yeah. But you kind of get it. He's still he's doing a good...
He's pretty good. He's not bad.
He's good.
He's not bad. Yeah.
He has experience playing like a cop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's like down and out also. All these characters are like down and out, basically. Yeah. And he's like, my last two movies, everyone hated them, Live Free or Die Hard.
Live Free or Die Hard,
whatever the other one's called.
Well, because the other thing too is like Live Free or Die Hard was like Justin Long was now the star. It's like he's like now all of a sudden
Kevin
the young
Smith
guys coming in. Yeah.
So he's like, why did they love the original? Oh, and the one with Sam Jackson was good too. People like those two, but none of the others. And he looks at the tapes. He's got the tapes in his house, and he's like, directed by John McTiernan. Let's look at the third one. Yeah. Also says directed by John McTiernan. He's like, I should have dinner with that guy. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we cut, and it's Daryl Hammond from SNL.
From SNL, yeah.
Playing Sean Connery's character.
Yeah.
Captain Marco
Which
Ramius.
he played so well on Saturday Night Live.
I think that's probably how he got the role.
That's how he got it, yeah.
So he's playing the captain from The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
He's also wants to talk to
He also wants to talk to McTiernan. He's also down and out because he hasn't been out in the sea in a while. He's been above ground for way too long. He's like, I want him back in that sub. Yeah, I need to get
the ocean.
Exactly. He's like, I need to be meters below this crust, so yeah, he's feeling a little like, what do I do? What am I doing? I'm floating. It was very much, I think he had that line where he's like, I feel like I'm floating, but I'm solidly on the ground.
I'm floating hopelessly, but I'm above the ground. He goes like that.
He does. That's a spot on.
Yeah. So he's like, I got to meet up with McTiernan, who, with him, I was gliding underneath the waves and stuff like this. And so right. The next scene, I guess like the Predator set up a dinner between all four of them. Mm-hmm. So we cut, and it's the Smokehouse in Burbank.
Yep.
And they're sitting around a four-top. It's John McTiernan, the Predator from the movie Predator, John McClane from Die Hard, and Captain Marco Ramius from The Hunt for Red October. Yep. You kind of get a sense of who everyone is by what drinks they order. Yeah. John McClane's like, give me a beer. Your cheapest one. Yeah. Ramius, of course, is like, I'll take vodka. Yep. The Predator's like, oh, can I have a 19 whatever the fuck Cabernet? Something fancy.
Very fancy.
And then, McTiernan's just like, whiskey.
Yeah.
Because
neat.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that detail. That was cool. And then they get to talking, and and McTiernan comes out, and he's like, I can't help anyone. I can't even help myself. I directed this masterpiece. You know, I directed the best action movie of all time, and the other three all go, thanks.
Yeah.
Because they all
Such
think
a great
he's
moment.
talking
Yeah.
about their movie.
Yeah.
But he's like, but this one's even better.
Yeah.
But they've locked it up at Fox.
Yeah.
And they're never going to release it.
What's really fun about this too is like their whole like, well, if you made the best movie, like what, it's good for them. Why wouldn't they like release it? Whatever, blah blah. Predator kind of chimes in and has basically said like, well, the reason they won't do it is because of these Marvel freaks. And he's like,
what?
Yeah. And they're like, what? Because he hangs out. Like he
Right.
goes to these parties where there's all these
'Cause
other
he's aliens plus one.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, there's been rumblings
Yeah.
that Disney, who owns Marvel, is going to buy out 20th Century Fox.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and it conflicts with their interest. Yeah. They're like, what does that even mean? Or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't know yet. But 2 tables over, who do you see but the former governor of California,
Yep.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, kind of sees the
Yep.
Predator's like, I know that guy.
Yep.
He's like,
I thought he was from the movie. I fucking killed that guy.
Yeah.
Am I going nuts over here?
Well, what's great about that moment too is it's so that sets up a great runner and we'll get to it. We'll get to these other moments, but it sets up a great runner where Arnold doesn't even interact with these people. Right. He sees them from afar and he's like, Maria, I think I think that's a predator. Do you see what I'm seeing?
And it's more like, and it's not that people don't believe him. It's that everyone else doesn't give a shit.
No one cares because everyone's like,
it's you see celebrities all the time in LA.
Yeah. But Arnold is like,
he thinks he's having a mental break.
Yeah. And I think this is around the time he is governor or just finished being governor, right?
Yeah.
So
I worked on an Arnold movie.
You did?
Yeah, it was called Escape Plan.
You worked on that?
Yeah.
No way. How was that? Did you meet him?
Yeah, I met him. He was, it was like he was still in politician mode. He like came, everyone, including me, came over and was like, shook my hand, like,
nice to meet you. Thank you for all your hard work on the movie.
That kind of stuff. He was really cool. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I need to hear more about that after this. I got questions. But yeah, anyways, so that's like a really fun moment in the smokehouse scene.
And they got Arnold. He probably just was hanging out at the smokehouse.
Honestly,
he goes there all the time.
Yeah, it was probably super easy to get him
chomping on a cigar.
Yeah.
So they put their heads together, these 3 guys from the movies, and they're like, we need your help. Yeah. You're our lifeline. We got to get this movie released.
Yeah.
McTiernan's like, there's nothing we can do. It's in the vault, 20 stories under the ground.
Yep.
At Fox Studios in Century City, California.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you got 3 men right here who pulled off impossible feats. Marco Ramius outwitted the Russian and American navies.
Yep.
To get to America. John McClane defeated 20 terrorists.
Yep.
And the Predator got killed.
But
it's nice to have him on your side.
Yeah.
So they're like, we can hatch a plot to get your movie and get it seen. And then we'll be back on top of Hollywood.
Yeah. That's where like we get into basically your good old promise of the premise, we're like seeing them devise their plan and like really like they do their recon at 20th Century Studios, which is really fun too because you get these moments that like aren't meant to be comical, but there's a little bit of it's meant to be humorous, I think, to a degree, but not like, it's done really stylistically and really fun. So it's like you have them like going undercover.
Right. So Captain Marco Ramius gets a fake ID.
Yeah.
And he gets hired in the cafeteria. They think he's a 22-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And but he's working there and Charlie Day, who's filming It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, comes in and he's like, you messed up my sandwich, and like all this is
super whiny and
But really what he's there is to like scope out. So on his breaks he like is searching high and low for the entrance to the secret vault.
Yeah.
And soon enough, you notice that this lot littered with beautiful topiary sculptures.
Yeah.
And you get to meet the character who makes them, and her name is Kathy.
Yeah.
And she's like a genius at topiary. And this is like, I feel like Disneyland people are familiar with like the topiaries where it's like they actually make it out of wire and stuff. They make
this is like real actual.
This is like she's sculpting from
the
bushes.
bush. Yeah, no, it's incredible.
It's like,
and it's a real thing. Like it's amazing.
He befriends this woman and is like, I love your sculptures. I love the one of the horses, and I love the one that's like an elephant and all this. And he's like, and the one that's like Bart Simpson or whatever for the Simpsons building.
Yep.
And he's like,
What would you say was the hardest topiary to sculpt?
and she goes, well, the hardest one was the giraffe because he's standing on the secret. I mean, I can't tell you anymore. I've said too much.
Yeah.
And then so he goes back and he reports to his crew. Like,
now they have a lead. That's like a major point. Yeah. So it's right after that is like right on the heels of that, like still doing recon is you have not Alien. I'm sorry. Sorry, Predator, not Alien. Predator goes at night to do his recon and does like all the heat mapping to see like how many security personnel there are and whatnot. And because he can be invisible. Think. Yeah, and there's a lot. It's like a straight up like army holding that place down. And so, he's like kind of like jumping around from building to building, invisible as Predator can be. And it's a really fun kind of exhilarating moment where the Predator like trips up, like is invisible, but like knocks something over and is
like, what was that? And the guys with the machine guns.
Yeah, come in, and it's like, and now the Predator's having to like run off, and like Predator could have like murdered a bunch of people easily, but
he's
like
a pacifist.
He's a pacifist
in real life. In the movie, obviously he kills people.
Yeah. In the movie, he's very evil, but he's
in real life.
He's a lover in real life. Yeah. So he gets away, like just barely gets away. But they also, what's good is they didn't know what was going on, except he got hit. They nicked him. I think a bullet nicks him, and like he doesn't have blood, but whatever it is, it's like this like goop comes out. So now security's on high alert because they're like, something's weird, something's going on, something like there was some really strange activity, and they even have it on camera, but the whole time like you can't see anything on camera, so they're like, so they go a little bit harder into lockdown, which is only going to make things more difficult for the team now. But
and that's the scene where you see like all these security like teams or whatever, and they have to report to this one guy.
Yeah,
and he's like in a secret room. Yes, and he's like wearing like kind of a motorcycle helmet with like a skull image on it, and he's real scary. And they call him Mr. KF.
Yep.
And they report to him, and he's like,
someone's after my vault.
Like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so he's like, double the guard.
Yeah.
So that's real scary.
And then scary.
And so he's kind of your arch villain figure. He's
that's like our final boss. Like you have the head of the studio, really, in some ways. Jim G. Thank you, being the head, being like kind of being the final boss, but like this guy, this is the ruthless. This is the person that like will ruthlessly murder you if it means protecting the studio.
Right. It's around this part in the movie that we're also seeing like Marco Ramius is like buys a food truck. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but he's like, there's like a weird subplot where he's like the Red October submarines, and it's like a submarine sandwich food truck, and you're like, what does this have to do with anything? But you assume like it's going to come into play at some point,
right?
Which it does later.
Yep.
Then so they know like that there's some sort of secret under the giraffe topiary.
Yep.
But
I just remembered I think it's either right before or right after you see that little like sort of setting up the subplot of the food truck is you also see you cut to a moment and you're inside a really nice living room, and it's like adorned with all of this regalia and movie posters and all of that, and you quickly realize you're like, oh, I'm in Arnold's home, right? Yeah. And he's sitting there.
It's like the Terminator poster, the Pumping Iron poster,
yes,
and the Conan the Destroyer poster,
yes. And this and it's like this like leather mahogany bound living room.
It's class.
It's class. It's pure class. Yeah. It's suited for a governor,
right?
And so Arnold is sitting there, and he's sitting in his chair watching the TV, and the news is on. I think it's like KCAL KTAL, or KTLA, whatever is on, and they're talking about this really weird security footage from 20th Century Fox and how there was an incident at the studio, last night, and it's weird because it's crazy because you can't see anybody. They're shooting at nothing, whatever. But there was this weird, mysterious substance found on the ground, this goop, and whatever. And that's when Arnold. It's just like continuing. It's just
Maria,
he goes,
Maria, come in here. Maria, get to the TV.
Is what he says, and
they don't care. But he's like,
they don't. They're like, yeah.
He knows what it is.
He's like,
See the predator. This is the predator.
And they're like, maybe or maybe it's not.
Maybe it's a movie studio. Maybe it's like
a prop.
Right.
It's
a special effect.
Special effect. Yeah, like he's just progressively losing his marbles.
But he calls in to Fox. He's like,
I have a tip.
Yes, yeah.
I know what it is.
And it's great too because he's like,
I'd like to remain anonymous.
Because they ask him, they're like, hey, but do you mind giving your name? And they're like, no, I'd like to remain anonymous. And so,
right. So it's
clearly
that,
they know who it is.
He gives a little information, and then we're into the sub sandwiches thing. He's like prepping, he's like baking bread and different cold cuts, gabagool and so forth. And it's like, oh, this actually looks really good. It's like a scene out of Chef. It's like, I got my mouth watering. But then we're kind of back. You see like a woman at the telephone desk at Fox, reporting to her superior. Yeah. Like, oh, we got this crank call about the predator and whatever. And he's like, don't mention this to anyone. Don't worry about it. Yeah. You know what? Take the rest of the week off. Take the month off paid. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to see you in this office. Yeah. And he's like, takes the message. He goes to the secret room. He goes in front of Mr. KF. Yep. And he's like, what you said might happen, it happened. Someone reported that the predator is real, and he was here on the lot. Yeah. And KF is like,
it's McTiernan. I feared this would happen. Yeah. He's such a good director that his characters came to life.
Yeah. So apparently this is a phenomenon, and the guy's like, oh, like in Last Action Hero.
The Last Action Hero, yeah.
And Mr. KF is like,
no, not like in Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
It's more like the Purple Rose of Cairo.
Right. Yes.
And then the guy's like, well, no, it's kind of like, didn't McTiernan also direct The Last Action Hero? And Mr. KF is like,
yeah, but that movie sucked. It's only millennials who were kids when it came out who think it was any good.
Yeah. I guess in this world, if you're a good enough director, your characters will really pop, and they'll pop right off the screen and come to life. So that's how we learn like these figures from the movie.
How they've come to life.
Yeah, amazing.
It's incredible. It's great.
So then we're in Fox Plaza, Century City, and like the security guard with the computer and everything, and then John McCain rolls up.
Mm-hmm. John McClane.
What did I say?
I think you said John McCain.
Oh, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, John McCain.
To a real one.
Yeah.
John McClane, thank you, comes up, and he's like, I'm here to look at the computer. Yep. And in the 80th floor or whatever. Yeah. And the guy's like, search on this, and it's like the touch screen where you like type in whatever the hell and stuff. Yeah. And he's like, California. And he's like, and it'll even jack your dick off for you or something. And you're like, what? Yeah. And I guess this is like stuff from Die Hard that I haven't seen it in a while, but they're doing references. But so he goes up to the computer room and he starts like hacking in, and he's like, I'm in. And he's getting into the drive-on system, Gateworks. Yep. And he's typing in John McTiernan's name and reason, a meeting with Jim Giannopoulos. Yep. But then you hear, because they're like, they know something's up. Yep. They, Mr. KF has been on the lookout for this kind of thing. Starts sending like the guys after him, and it's like Eastern European security guards.
And what's great about this is one of the lead security guards is played by the one and only Alan Rickman.
Yeah. Rest in power.
Rest in power.
So he's like, Mr. McLean.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff.
It's so good.
Real cool. But they're like trying to hunt him down, and he has to sneak through the
vents.
which is really cool.
Yeah. The best part is for some reason he's wearing flip flops, and then he ends up
he
stepping on
loses
some
it,
glass
some
and
glass,
like cuts
and
his
he's
feet.
like,
yeah.
and Rickman's like, shoot the glass, this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and you're like,
so
and
good.
it's cool. It's like nothing I had ever seen before on screen.
Yeah, except no, it was done in a way that felt like nostalgia and also felt brand new at the same time.
That's right.
You know?
But we learned that once a name is in the Gateworks system,
It's always.
it shan't never be removed.
Yeah. That's policy.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
the Rickman's like, you know, he got in a fight with McLean. It's real cool, like action stuff.
Great
and,
sequence.
He's like hanging off the side of the Fox Plaza,
yeah.
which was in an action movie. I'm forgetting what the movie was called. It's like where the terrorists take over the building or something.
Die now?
Die now, something like
Die
that.
later? Something
Yeah,
like that. Die
so-
easy?
Yeah, it was probably Die Easy. And
Yeah.
then like, but he's like hanging off the side, and then John McClane drops him, and he falls like 80 stories.
Yeah.
You think he's dead, but then he goes into Chaos's office, and he's like all like mangled to shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like parts of his body are like hanging off. And
Yeah, he's fucked up.
I'm sorry, we couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
And that's when you learn like,
So, John McTiernan will be meeting with Jim G.
Yeah.
and so forth. And so that scene's really cool, and it's on Friday, and you hear rumblings all around the lot.
Yeah.
It's Food Truck Friday. It's Food Truck Friday. And so like, oh,
Here comes the food truck.
right,
Now we know
and-
what we're doing with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there's a new one.
Yeah.
Red October Submarines. And they're like, everyone wants to try this one.
Yeah.
So this new food truck rolls in,
Yep.
and the chefs, wouldn't you know, are Captain Marco Ramius driving, because he's the captain.
Yep.
And John McClane and the Predator
Yep.
in the back, like cooking and stuff.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, so this is how they get on the lot.
Yeah.
It's like pretty
Yeah.
sneaky.
Great Trojan horse. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
And then meanwhile, John McTiernan is going up to Jim G's office.
Security is prepped for this. They're waiting
on
for this.
high
And
alert.
what's great is when you're watching this sequence, though, you're also like, oh no, like he doesn't know that they know. You're thinking like John McTiernan doesn't know that they know, you know?
Uh-huh.
But then real quickly you realize like, oh, this is part of the plan. This is all part of the plan,
Right,
which is
yeah.
great. So
So-
now we have like droves of security.
rushing in.
Rushing,
And
yeah.
he's making it worse, or in some ways better, for their plan, because he's
Yeah.
like ranting and raving.
Yeah,
It's like,
making
I
total
made
sense.
this studio.
Yeah, yeah.
I am 20th Century Fox. Without me, this place would surely shut down and get sold to Disney.
Right. He thinks is a bad thing.
Right. And so he's screaming at Jim G, and like the security's rushing in to grab him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the food truck, they serve their sandwiches or whatever. Everyone's really satisfied.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, are you on Yelp? I'm going to give you 5 stars.
Yeah.
It looks like everyone loves these sandwiches. They're telling their friends, they're like, do you have a brick and mortar store? We really want to come visit
Yeah.
it.
Very much like it's like Kogi truck, very like coated, like it's great.
It's cool as hell. But then you're like, oh, we were supposed to do something while we were here.
they're getting
And-
distracted. They're like, yeah, like all the hype is
they
like,
love doing the sandwiches so much.
yeah,
But then they're like, Ramis is like, our mission. We should get back to whatever we were doing. or
yeah,
whatever."
yeah, yeah.
And so he starts driving the truck, and he goes, and he fucking rams through
Yeah.
the giraffe sculpture, which is upsetting because like it's a work of art.
Yeah.
But he's right above it, and he's like, he saved one of the torpedoes from his submarine,
Yeah.
and it's right there, and they drop it down
Into the hole, yeah.
right to like blow open the heavy door, like the bank vault door.
Yeah. And then they climb through the bottom of the truck to get down
Yeah,
there.
it's real cool.
Yeah, it's great.
So they're going down there, and most of the security is up in Jim G's office,
Yeah.
like we said.
Yeah.
So like it's minimal security.
But when they're up there, they all feel this rumble. It's like, oh, is there an earthquake or whatever? And what they don't know is the vault was just blown open. You know,
Yeah,
but
they're
still,
like, it's California. Earthquakes happen all the time.
yeah.
So they don't even think twice.
That's the best part. So then the heroes, the team gets down there. They open the door, and it's not that they just open it into a vault. They open it and it's just like there's a whole nother system down here. So they climb in and they don't really, it's a little dark. They don't really know what they're about to like hop down into. And they do, and it's just a complete tunnel system. Like it's like an underground city. And you realize like, oh, there's like Fox Studios has a lot going on underground. Like this is like what's going on. They start walking through and there's scientists walking around, there's security and whatnot, and so they're having to like be real careful, real nimble. And this is where this is where it's like now they're freestyling. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to get to where they're trying to get to. Predator, it's easy because Predator goes invisible.
Yeah.
McClane steals a lab coat off of like I think it was like on a chair or something, tosses on, pretends he's a scientist. And
Marco Ramius is having trouble because he of course relies on the caterpillar drive to stay off sonar, but you can't use that when you're not in your submarine.
Exactly. But what's really great here is the captain is now underground.
Oh yeah, he's in his own.
He feels like he can breathe like take a full breath for the first time in a long time. And Captain is like not only just running the high of his sub sandwiches being raved about, but now he's just like underground and he feels free, and he's kind of losing the plot a little bit. He's like he's losing, he's not really being the leader that they need, and they're like trying to like he's just like so happy. It's almost like this crazy euphoria, like he's like high or something. He becomes a little bit of dead weight for a minute. And now you have these two characters essentially having to try and figure out where this movie is being held, while trying to also, it's almost like Weekend at Bernie style, like make sure that like they don't get caught because of Captain just being like head in the clouds. You know what I mean? So they're wheeling him around in an office chair. Oh yeah, he's just not feeling well. He's just, like
some
whatever.
Bad coke.
Some BS. Oh man, yeah, he did some bad cocaine.
Yeah, and that doesn't raise any flags.
Doesn't raise any flags. And you want to know why it doesn't raise any flags?
Why?
Why is everyone in lab coats? What's going on here? What's the science experiment? What would Fox Studios be doing in this realm? Well, come to find out, there's a big old cocaine lab underneath the studio.
Yeah.
And they've been fueling Hollywood for decades. And it's also how the studio has been able to stay afloat with the times changing so hard.
Flop after flop.
Flop after flop. They're no Paramount. They don't have Mission Impossible.
Which also is losing a lot of money.
Yeah. But in 2014,
they were on top of the world.
At the moment, they were doing okay because all these crazy stunts were a new thing. No one was tired of all that shit. So anyways, really amazing. You're just like, whoa, and that's where you're like, man, this movie's genius. It's saying so much about our industry.
And then someone comes into Mr. KF's office, like one of the underlings, and is like, we captured John McTiernan. We have him in our clutches.
Yeah.
He's like, good. And they're like, oh, but this truck went wild and like ran over the giraffe topiary. And he's like,
what did you say, you idiot?
Yeah.
And he knows the McTiernan thing was
just a distraction.
Right.
And so he's like sends all the guards down into the catacombs. Yep. And so now we're ready for probably the biggest action fight you've ever seen.
Yep.
And these guys have Uzis, AKs, anything you want. And then our heroes came woefully unprepared.
They don't have any weapons. And they are all action movie characters. You would think they had at least a grenade on them, something.
Well,
right?
they did have that one torpedo, but they used it.
Yeah, but it was more tactical. It wasn't. It
wasn't for hand-to-hand fighting.
No.
So they all do a bump or two of coke, get their hype levels up,
and they get rocking. Like that's when. And what's that song that kicks in right then? And it's such a great sequence. Walking on a Dream. Is it MGMT? I think. Walking on a Dream. It's very of the time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's cool. And so like Predator, he's a pacifist or whatever, but he He cracks some necks.
Well, yeah, self-defense is a different thing,
Right, that's true.
And so Predator starts to honestly tear some limbs off and gets
pretty
a little,
cool.
Yeah.
And John McClane, elbow slams one of the
Yep.
guards. Like, he gets his gun and starts blasting.
Yep.
It's real awesome. And then Marco Ramius.
He's now back in it because he's that bump of coke brought him back to life.
And he people start shooting. He goes,
Some things in here don't react well to bullets.
and you're like, it must be a reference or something.
Right.
But he's a tactician, so he starts organizing his team and getting them out. And you think they've got the upper hand, right? And it's awesome because you get to see the bullets in slow motion going through the piles of coke and then clouds of coke going everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting more and more hyped.
Yeah.
And they must take out 40 guards, whatever.
It's incredible.
But there's no stopping these guards. More and more come. Eventually, they drag them. They capture them.
Yeah.
They all get dragged into Mr. KF's office, and they see McTiernan's already there in chains.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Who are you? Who's this Joker with the afraid to show his face behind the helmet?" And he's like,
Didn't you ever wonder how they found out about the wiretapping?
Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah.
and all this, and he takes off the helmet.
Yeah.
And it's some guy you don't recognize, but the characters must recognize him because McTiernan is like, "It was you,
Yeah.
Kevin Feige." And so you realize, oh, Mr. KF is Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
I had to set you up because I had to bury your new movie, untitled John McTiernan action picture.
Yeah.
Because if that movie ever got out, audiences would see it and say, oh, this is what action cinema is all about.
We want original stories."
They would never see another of my Marvel. They would realize my Marvel movies are dog shit.
And for the audience, Kevin Feige is Marvel,
right. He's Marvel's the head of whatever.
head of Marvel. So yeah.
So he's trying to bury John McTiernan's movie so that people will still go and watch his drivel.
Yep.
This is a sinister plot.
It's incredible the layers and the twists and turns that this movie provides, because you're just like, when have you ever seen a movie like this?
I haven't.
You haven't.
And he's like, I just want the world to see my movie. We worked hard. Yeah, a lot of people, thousands of, tens of thousands of work hours or whatever it is. And he's like, oh, you want them to see the movie? You want to see it light up the screens or whatever?
Yeah.
And he opens the big safe behind him, and he's like, there's different things up there. It's like the original cut of the Star Wars movies, different stuff that's it doesn't get released anymore.
Yep.
And right up there it says untitled John McTiernan action picture, and he takes it up. He's like, how about I light it up? And he takes out his lighter. And
burns the whole thing. Yeah.
This and it's a really upsetting part of the movie.
Yeah, it's actually gut wrenching, because as an audience member, you're like, dude, I wanted to see the movie. I was hoping that they actually end up getting to premiere it and everything. Yeah,
because he said it's like a bare knuckle action thriller starring Daniel Day-Lewis and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, which also R.I.P. It was right before Philip Seymour Hoffman passed.
Right,
because Philip Seymour Hoffman passed in 2013, I think, and it was the last movie. It was his final performance too, which
And they said it was his best ever.
The best ever.
It was like Magnolia plus Boogie Nights
meets
Mission
Along
Impossible
Comes Polly
3.
and Mission Impossible 3. Yeah, I think
times Patch Adams.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how it was described.
Yeah.
And Daniel Day-Lewis, it was like the second coming of Nine, that musical he was in.
Right. Yep. Which we all know.
Yeah, huge,
amazing. So he burns it. He straight up burns it. That thing goes. Yeah, and if anyone knows, celluloid, it's goes right up. Might as well be gasoline. That was the other thing too, is it was shot on film. That was back then. It was not everything was digital yet. It was
probably would have made backups.
So there was no copies. Mm-hmm. At that point, McTiernan is, he's just on his knees, he's screaming, how could you do this?
He's crying. It's a wonderful performance from Stephen Root.
Yeah.
You're like the guys from that book, Fahrenheit 451, only instead of burning books, you burn a movie, which is another form of art.
Yep. It's really impassioned. honestly, I almost cried when I watched it because I'm like, you feel his loss and his pain and everything he just did to just get his movie back, and all for what? For this. But that's when Jim G walks back into the room, and Jim G says to Mr. KF, "This is still my studio. Mm-hmm. You don't have the right to burn up my IP just like that. We haven't finished out the deal yet.
Yeah.
You know,
the mouse hasn't eaten the fox yet.
Exactly. You know what? When I saw that in the movie, I didn't understand that, and now that you're saying it, I just realized the mouse eating the fox. That's what a genius line.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
And oh yeah, and so then that's when like Jim G kind of puts Mr. KF in his place, for a moment. But KF doesn't listen to anybody.
No,
he doesn't give a shit. No. So he pulls out a gun.
Yeah,
and he shoots Jim G right then and there. Boom, boom.
Right
there in the chest.
One in the head, one in the chest.
Yeah, and he's out. I mean, there's no denying that guy is dead. And he's laying there.
And I Googled this later. That is what happened.
That's how it happened.
That's why he's not the president of
they said he stepped down, but
he was actually murdered.
Executed. yeah. Assassinated. But so he shoots him dead. Oh, it's like, okay, well, there goes our saving grace. The one person that maybe could have stood up to KF. Well, Jim G had a little pocket knife that when he fell, it falls out, right? And McClane sees it. Mm-hmm. McClane quickly grabs it without KF seeing it, right? He starts talking all cool, real suave, very charismatic, classic McClane, like, oh yeah, you think you're a modern day Marvel? We're all-time classics or something like that. It was something real cool, like real suave. I think that's actually verbatim the line. And anyways, so he starts talking shit to KF and it's starting to disarm KF whether he knows it or not. And KF thinks, he's like, "Oh yeah, you think you're real tough, huh? Old bag," walks over to him, puts the gun straight to McClane's head, just trying to shut him up, trying to scare him. And McClane unlatches the knife from the old pocket knife. And that's when he just swoops up.
Yeah.
Right in the gut and slices him open.
Yeah, and you see some of the viscera start spilling out. And you're like, oh, that's
it's gnarly. It's crazy.
It's like, this kind of stuff is real scary. And all the guards put their guns up. They start spraying ammo left, right, and center. Our heroes have to hide behind some of the dead bodies. Jim G, Kevin Feige. And then they're holding them up as human shields. Next thing you know, who should come in the room but Kathy, the topiary gardener. And she's like, "Who the heck ran over my giraffe topi? I told y'all that was the hardest." Yeah, and she has the shears out.
Yeah.
And she's assumes it was these clowns with their guns and stuff. And she starts chopping their heads off.
Chopping heads.
And it's spraying out. Oh, it's like sprinklers of blood.
Yeah. And the cocaine is red now.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a cool image.
It was cool.
Blood, basically a sprinkler of blood going over the shock white cocaine.
Yeah, it was wild. It's wild. Yeah, so she comes in. That was that was super fun. That was that's where it felt there was a little bit of a Kill Bill vibe to it. There.
Yeah.
Kathy came in and she was just chopping shit up. It was amazing. Just then, Jim G, this guy's got to be dead. Mm-hmm. And comes back just for a second. Yeah, and he grabs McTiernan's hand. All the energy in his body just gripping around McTiernan's hand, and McTiernan looks down and he's like, I'm so sorry, Jim. I did, whatever. And Jim says, shh, shut up. He goes, I made a copy. He's like, what? He says, that's not the only copy. And then he's like, where's the copy? Where's the copy? Where is it? And but Jim G's losing it. Now his grip's loosening. He's like, oh shit, we're about to lose him. Just with the faintest last breath, he says, donut.
And you're like, donut?
Donut? Did he say donut?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, he probably, just the dying synapses in his brain misfired. And
he just wanted a donut.
Just wanted a donut, forgot he was telling him.
And then, boom, he's done. He's out. He hits the ground. He's dead.
So, Kathy and John McTiernan and John McClane and the Predator and Captain Marco Ramius all, climb out from the underground bunker.
Yep.
at least they survived. They have as much cocaine as they could carry.
Yep.
So it's not a total loss, but you know,
No.
they wanted to get this movie. It's lost, and they're like, oh, what do we do now? They're still walking around. Around the corner is the Simpsons production office.
Yeah.
That has like a giant sculpture of like Homer's arm, like grabbing the big pink donut that I think they created for the premiere of the Simpsons movie.
Simpsons movie, I think 2007.
And then they just parked it in front of their production office.
Yeah.
And they're like, donut. He said donut. There's a donut right there.
Yeah.
And the Predator's like, oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
And they're like, you little moron.
Yeah, you dumbass. You're like they really come down on him a little hard in that moment, which
he is
pretty funny.
stupid,
Yeah, he's dumb. But the Predator does come in handy though, right? And so he heat maps. He looks and he tries to like see if he can see anything. He doesn't see any body heat, nothing, whatever. But inside the donut, there's a little speckle of red that he's seen. It's not really like red. It's not like, body temperature necessarily, but there's a little bit of warmth coming from in there. Maybe when he said donut, maybe, I don't know, is it in the donut? Could it be in the donut?
Yeah. So they go up and they all work together.
Yeah.
Grab it aside and they heave, and they pick it up and smash right on the cement.
Yeah.
Breaks open.
Yeah.
A reel of film.
There's a big old reel of film.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So on the reel of film, it says untitled John McTiernan action picture, right? Off of that, like it's like it's written on a piece of tape on top of a canister, and off of that you match cut to a marquee outside of the TLC Chinese Theater, right? Grauman's.
Yeah.
And it's a big old movie premiere, classic, right? And on the marquee it says untitled John McTiernan action picture, so they stuck with that as
that was the title. And then you get to see all our characters come through in tuxedos. You get to see the Predator in the tuxedo.
Yep.
And he's like beaming.
Yeah.
Because it's his big night. And like Alien's the +1 this
exactly.
time. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
And like John McClane has his shit together and like shaved for once.
Yeah.
And like and Marco Ramius is there and like downing one vodka after the other.
Yep.
And it's like I never knew I could have such friends.
It's beautiful, and everyone. It's a victorious, ceremonious moment. It's incredible, and we cut to credits.
Yeah.
But what's really fun though is if you wait just a couple minutes after the credits, you get a little bit of post credit moment, and it's just a great moment of its after party, and on on this table, at this after party, it's just lines of blood red cocaine lined up on the table, and you see a dollar bill come down and like
suck it up like a vacuum.
Suck it up like a vacuum, and then you pan up, and who is it?
Kevin Feige, but he's like half cybernetic now.
Yeah.
And so like he's still making Marvel movies, like, but he's part robot because he lost all his guts.
He lost all his guts, so he's still alive, and he looks over at McTiernan.
Yeah, gives him a nod.
He gives him a nod,
and you're like, okay, all is well in Tinseltown.
All is well.
So yeah, I thought this movie was probably the best movie ever made.
I mean, if you're an action movie fan, especially of the 80s, 90s, and all of McTiernan's, I mean, there isn't a better movie. If you love movies about Hollywood, the movie's got literally everything.
Mm-hmm. Romance. We didn't get into that. But
we didn't get into it. There's a lot of romance,
laughs, action, suspense. But the problem, and I was talking with the clerk at the Forgotten Video Store about this.
Yep.
That when they made the movie, they made it at 20th Century Fox. Rennie Harlan.
Yep.
Competent actor and director in his own right.
Of course.
They assumed all the properties were Fox properties.
Yeah.
Because Die Hard is a Fox property. Predator is a Fox property.
Yep.
They assumed Hunt for Red October. That's a Paramount property.
That's right.
They never got the rights to the character of Captain Marco Ramius, and so they couldn't release the movie. So the only
weird oversight.
Yeah. So the only way you can see this movie is by renting it from the Forgotten Video Store.
Got it. Mm-hmm. I feel so lucky to have seen that movie.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It was wonderful. Thanks for coming over and watching.
It's incredible. What a beautiful film.
To wrap things up, I like to do something around here. It's called plugs and rants. Right. So like if you want to promote anything, or if you want to rant about anything. I'll go first.
Sure.
Look, I don't really want to promote anything right now, but I have a rant. It's that there's too much hack shit online. Too much hack shit. Everyone online is a hack. Everyone thinks they're being funny, but they're all fucking hacks. Can I give you some examples of hack shit
please.
I'm tired of?
I fully agree with you.
This wasn't on my bingo card.
Oh, God.
Hack shit,
Yep.
lose it. Blank is my love language.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. Blank is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Done with it.
Yep.
Said no one ever.
Yeah.
That it's the exact same as not.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
It's
You're
the
right.
same
That's
joke.
straight up. Yeah, you're right.
Get rid of it. Electric Boogaloo. Whenever anyone says like Die Hard 2 Electric Boogaloo or what any mention of Electric Boogaloo is hack shit. Tell me you're blank without telling me you're blank.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That one I'm sick of. There's no such thing as blank. Blank can't hurt you. Have you seen that one?
No, but that's stupid.
It's annoying. Nice try, Diddy.
Yeah. Oh, the Diddy stuff is like, dude, shut up.
It's only blank if it comes from the blank region in France. Have you seen it? It's based on champagne, right? Obviously, but people do a little play on it, and it was funny. Like, maybe one time.
I think I have.
Like,
seen
it's
that one.
only
Yeah,
a Frankenstein if it comes from the Frankenstein monster region.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dumb.
I was today years old.
Oh,
Hate it.
hate it.
Oh, if someone like slightly misspeaks or
Yeah.
they say, "Are you having a stroke?"
Oh, yeah. I hate that one.
I've had
that
it
one
with
I
that.
can't stand.
Asking for a friend.
Yes. Stupid.
Done with it. Here's the worst one of all.
Yeah.
That's my band name for any weird combination of words. And it's not made any better if you specify what kind of band. Like, oh, that's my ska punk band.
yeah.
I hate hearing
It's
this. I hate seeing this
stupid
stuff.
no matter
Because
what.
you know they're so self-satisfied typing this
yeah.
shit. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm being so clever. It's like, you're
Yeah.
not being clever. You're recycling something.
You're
that
recycling.
thousands of other people.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my rant.
That's a
about
good
hack
rant. That's a good rant.
you.
Honestly, I've been getting real sick and tired of the internet.
shit. It was a mistake. Get out of here.
It needs to be, we need to shut it down.
Yeah.
We need to shut it down, and
Go
everyone needs
offline.
to just walk back into the woods because
Yeah.
it is.
This podcast is only going to be tapes from now on that I'm going to distribute myself.
Wow, that's a really good rant. I mean, man, I didn't really come prepared with a rant or
that's okay.
anything to plug, but a lot of things piss me off.
As far as plugs, you have a short film that's...
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, I had a short film that, I don't know. It feels weird to plug that. You
Why?
know, I had a short film that played at South by Southwest this past March. That's fun. I've had, I have a couple of feature films out there.
There's one I really like, Wes is Dying.
Wes
I
is
think
Dying.
You can watch on Amazon? Maybe?
Yeah, you can watch Wes is Dying on Amazon. It's on Tubi. You can rent it on iTunes. Same with
I love Tubi. I'm a Tubi boy.
Tubi's great. I have a film, Keeping Company, that you can rent out there. What was on show? It might not be on Showtime anymore. So there's some plugs, rants. Everything bothers me. Everything bothers me. I think everything needs to leave me alone.
Everything needs to leave you alone? This feels like the first 5 minutes of a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
He was bothered by everything and wanted everything to leave him alone. Little did he know he'd get his wish.
Yeah.
In
cool,
the
man.
Twilight Zone. Actually, how about here's a good rant is let's stop remaking stuff.
Yeah.
Give me something original.
Yeah.
Because there's so many talented people out there. I'm not even talking. I'm nothing compared to the talent out there. You're nothing compared to the talent out there.
Thank you.
Just kidding.
I'm nothing next to the talent in this room.
No. But truly though, stop remaking stuff.
No, seriously, yeah.
It kind of goes in line with yours. Stop recycling all these dumb sayings.
Lilo
or
and Stitch
whatever.
out.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon
man.
out.
Give me something new.
Yeah.
Except I guess if they keep making Cars movies, that'd be cool. I've been watching those because of my son.
Cars with Mater? That guy bothers me. It's a little weird that Larry, that guy, that comedian created this character, Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
And they hired him.
Wait, is that voiced by Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
But they're like, we're gonna reach out to this actor, and it's like, oh, do you want me to play a different character? No, play this character you already play.
Yeah. Well, okay. I feel so stupid.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was voiced by Larry the Cable Guy because the one thing I will give him credit for with that character is he just sounds like a Southern dude. Like he doesn't Well, that's because of the writing. I think the writing's probably generally pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I know it's Larry the Cable Guy, that's all I'm going to see.
As far as Make More Cars, there's a Cars TV show coming out that I interviewed for and didn't get, but
Ooh, that's lame to hear. I'm sorry that you didn't get it. I'm really excited to know that there's a Cars show coming because my son will probably love it, and I'm sorry you didn't get that.
That's all right.
But here's the thing, right? Is like, what's David Murtaugh's version of Cars? You know, probably something cool that should be
more
made
into the
in
mythology of how did this world with no humans and only cars come to be, like Cars' origins.
Right? Who built the cars?
Yeah,
Other
how
cars?
did they gain sentience?
Oh,
it's
for
like
sure.
It's like Cars Judgment Day. I think would be interesting. Like, when did the cars become the dominant species?
See, this is what I'm saying though. Like. Fine, we can use the IP of Cars, but I got to get David Murtaugh's brain on it because I'd love a dark Cars.
Yeah. All right, that's great. Thank you so much for coming over, Devin. Really good to hang out with you as always.
The best. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and take care and say hi to Benny for me.
I will.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Forgotten Video Store. This is Department of Motor Vehicles, (DMV). You have unpaid express lane toll. In order to avoid excessive late fees and potential legal action on statements, you must share this podcast with all of your friends. If you do not share this podcast, we will have no choice but to suspend your driving privileges forever. Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be back next week to discuss a metaphysical mind trip movie that's perfect for anyone who's ever wished they could start all over again as a baby with all the memories and skills of an adult. Intro and outro music is Funky Energy Loop by Kevin MacLeod, Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0. Okay, bye.